Hello everyone, it's Janelle. Today's video is not a nail video, so if you're not interested in baking or macaron videos, don't worry because the nail videos will be back next week. Today's flavor is cookies and cream. For my wedding a few weeks ago, I made 684 macarons. Macarons are not easy to make, but once you master it, it'll be a hit for get-togethers, birthdays, showers, and you'll be able to make your own custom flavors with a bit of tweaking. I personally use the Italian meringue method, which uses a thermometer and a sugar syrup to partially cook the egg whites and sugar before baking. For the French method, the sugar is in its natural, granular state. The materials and the equipment will be listed at the end of the video and down below in the description box. Today I'll be using Honeyville almond flour from Costco. First measure 150 grams of almond flour. In that same bowl, tare it and then weigh out 145 grams of powdered sugar. Add 5 grams of unsweetened cocoa powder. Then, to make the texture of the shells as smooth as possible, blend the mixture in a food processor. Sift the mixture with a sieve or a strainer to get rid of lumps and to aerate your dry ingredients. Perfectly mixed and fluffy. Add 50 grams of room temperature egg whites to the mixture. With a spatula, mix together thoroughly to form a paste. Measure out 55 grams of egg whites into a bowl. I use a KitchenAid stand mixer because the Italian method really does require this. You'll see why in a minute. Add 40 grams of water and 120 grams of sugar in a pot, turn on high and add your thermometer. While that's going, mix your eggs to a medium speed. When the eggs start to become foamy, add a little bit of sugar. Once you get very soft peaks, stir on a low speed and wait for your syrup to finish. Once your syrup reaches 230 degrees Fahrenheit or softball stage, take it off the stove and slowly pour it into your egg whites. At this point, it'll be pretty thick. Eventually, it'll become smooth and glossy like this. Keep mixing until the bowl cools down to body temperature. At this point, you should have stiff peaks like this. And if you want some color, add some food coloring gel. I added black coloring to make gray macarons. If you remember that paste we made before, add 1/3 of your meringue to the paste. Take your spatula, scrape the bottom, fold to the middle, and turn the bowl. At this point, it'll be pretty thick, so you don't have to be too gentle. Once it's pretty uniform, then add the rest of your meringue. And again, scrape a half circle around the inside, fold to the middle, turn the bowl, and repeat. For me, I stop mixing when a small ribbon of batter starts to slowly melt into the rest of the mass. And if you pick it up with your spatula, it falls slowly in long ribbons. To pipe out the macarons, I use a pastry bag with a round tip. I twist it, then put it inside a cup to help me fill up the bag. Then fill up your bag. I bake 2 half sheets at a time for insulation, and to make my circles, I use a printed template. To bake, I like to use a silicone silpat. With my twisted up bag of batter, I line out my bag straight down, just a 1/4 inch away from the mat, and squeeze until I hit those circles. It definitely takes some practice, and I'm still working on my technique. And if the batter is mixed nicely, the pointy top should settle in later. To get rid of any bubbles and to flatten out those pointy bits, you can either slam the pan onto the countertop or I just smack it with my palm. Let the surface of your shells dry out for about 20 minutes, and then if you want some decoration, I crushed up some Oreo cookies and sprinkled a little bit on the tops. Oh, and don't forget to remove that paper template. To make sure my oven is heating up to the right temperature, I use an oven thermometer, and I bake at 300 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 minutes. As they bake, the shells puff up a little bit and they rise slowly. Because of our resting time, the shells form a skin and the hot air underneath comes out of the bottom and forms feet. Let them cool down completely. Once they're cool, gently remove them from the mat. If the bottom is still very sticky, next time increase your baking time by an extra minute until sufficiently dry. Now it's time to make the filling. Mash up a half a cup of softened salted butter. Add 1.5 tablespoons of vanilla extract. Then slowly add 2 cups of powdered sugar. For a fluffier consistency, add 4 to 5 tablespoons of cream or milk. Add about a cup or more of Oreo cookies and thoroughly blend them in. Add this mixture to another piping bag. Find shells of similar size and then pipe onto one of the shells. Slowly sandwich the 2 shells together and twist to make the filling spread evenly. And we're done! I know it's a lot of work, but practice and getting to know your oven will help tremendously. If you store them in an airtight container in the freezer, it'll last for a couple months. Good luck!
Hey, did they click like? If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. We have no thumbs.
Please subscribe.